Hi, my name is Shang Xin. I'm the Technical Partner Manager at VMware. I'm here to talk to you today about App Volumes and give a quick sales overview of what that is. Today we're announcing our App Volumes 2.12, which will include a few new features. We're very excited about some of these new set of capabilities. First is better user experience with faster login time. We've seen App Volumes 2.12 with a decrease of about 30 to 50% in our login time. So certainly that's a big deal there. Improved Active Directory integration. We're seeing tighter integration with Active Directory with added site and services awareness. Also security enhancements here include agent to manage your certificate validation. And also we're updating our Windows 10 anniversary update and also supporting Office 2016 as well. And finally, we've also are updating our instant clone technology for Citrix Zen desktops. For those customers running Citrix, we'll have a plugin to Citrix Studio, which allows you to then easily tie into instant clone and customize your desktops that way in a convenient fashion. We're quickly seeing the IT moving from more of a client-server model to mobile cloud, with users having multiple devices, smartphones, tablets, and laptops, etc., wanting to access using any devices, accessing any application and any data from anywhere. The end user computing vision at VMware is really allowing you to secure the access to your applications and data and to be able to do that in a very quick manner using multiple devices. So here you'll see that using your Windows desktops, you're able to leverage app volumes in this ways to deploy applications and to be able to access those applications. Now, we wanting to do this by producing a very agile way and also keeping in mind a lower cost way as well, and to be able to deliver flexible ways to access your applications, allowing your users to become more productive, again, using multiple different mobile devices. And that's really key there. So as far as VMware App Volumes, the solution, the idea here is for real-time application delivery. We're reducing that cost for IT infrastructure costs by up to 70% as well. So that's pretty drastic. And also we'll have a management capability with User Environment Manager as another add-on product, and also being able to deploy applications, again, giving your user a better customer experience there as well. And then with that, certainly App Volumes itself is just a much better way to streamline the operational and support costs to be able to deploy those applications. As far as real-time application delivery, what it does is it allows you to take your applications and build what we call an app stack and be able to store those. Think of it as applications sitting in a VMDK, which you can easily mount to your virtual desktop. Right, so basically you have a application sitting in some sort of storage, and you can just basically link it to that particular user's desktop. And with that, we also have data files and personalization. We also have this thing called writable volumes that allows you to store some of those user-specific data and file and personalize applications and desktop itself. So App Volumes is Windows only, so allows you to, again, kind of virtualize your applications to deploy those applications. So based on those user login, it's able to deliver those applications to your users. This really allows you to take what we traditionally have a persistent one-to-one type desktop with a non-persistent desktop, merge those to give you a truly stateless desktop, and allows you to then dynamically provision these applications to your end users. It's great for IT because the actual OS itself is going to be very generic, very vanilla, and then it's great for end users because they still get access to those applications. So traditionally, when we look at applications as a whole, you have the actual guest OS or the Windows OS, and then you have your settings for the OS, and then you're able to also have applications that sit on top of the OS along with the data and file that those applications will then access. Now with app volumes, you have this just-in-time application model where we will need an app volumes agent sitting on top of the Windows guest OS. But because of that, the app volumes agent is able to then deploy the applications on demand when you log in, when you log off, as well as also immediately if you wanted to. And this allows you to assign multiple app stacks to multiple users and groups, and also allow you to have users to have custom users and data files into this writable volume as well. So it really is a very agile, very flexible deployment process. App Volumes also supports Windows 10 support, so we do support Windows 10 Desktop to leverage some of those newer uh, Windows guest OSs. App Volumes also work with Citrix Zen app servers as well. This allows you to take your uh, applications and be able to create these app volumes app stacks, which then can be deployed to one or more of your Zen app servers. This is a much quicker way to package up applications and much quicker way to also update your applications and deploy those to your Zen app servers and your Zen app farm of clusters of Zen app servers. The benefit there, of course, is to be able to have faster deployment to your Zen app servers. You're able to update those applications to Zen app servers at scale with very little downtime, if any, and also to be able to have more productivity there, again, reducing the management time there. With app volumes, again, it allows you to quickly build your Zen app servers as well, right? So let's say you're able to deploy those applications to the Zen app server and then Zen app server fails. We can quickly reprovision and the entire application stack to a new server with very little downtime. So this again reducing that time and also instant application delivery, therefore reducing the impact on the availability of your Zen app farm. And this, if you're using PVS for your image management, using AppStack can also help you in reducing the number of images that you have with PVS. Again, allows you to then horizontally scale out your ZenApp farm, lowering the management overhead and reducing that need there. So the App Volumes component consists of the App Volumes Manager, where there's a management console that allows you to actually package up the App Volume app stack to deploy the application as well as assigning it to the users or group that you have within Active Directory. The App Volumes agent will sit on the guest OS, the actual Windows desktop, to be able to really control the life cycle of the application deployment. And then you have the app stack volume, which is a read-only volume that contains the actual application. And lastly, the writable volume, which has the actual user data. The provision workflow is actually quite simple. You will log into the App Volumes Manager. You would then assign the App Stack volume to the actual user. You can do that in two options. It'll allow you to do it immediately, or you can do it at reboot or the next time the user logs into the actual desktop. The requirements for App Volumes is on the server side, you have two vCPU recommended, four vCPU with 4 gigs of RAM, and it does gives you the hypervisor there does gives you flexibility running on other hypervisors if you need to. And then on the actual app volume management server, you have Windows Server 2012 or 2008, and it does support for other different versions of browsers as well. If you are a VMware partner, I suggest you connect with us on Partner Link, which is our Socialcast page. There's an end user compute forum there. Subscribe to our EUC partner newsletter by emailing to the partner university. Again, this is for VMware resellers. And also, we have Partner University and Partner Central. There's an EUC solutions page with App Volume product page. And I'll go ahead and use our hands-on lab here to demonstrate App Volumes. So I'm going to use the Hands-on Lab 1753 to demonstrate how to assign the app stack. I'm going to go ahead and log in as the CIO user to my Windows 10 virtual desktop. I'll go ahead and log in, and this will provide the Windows 10 desktop here. You'll see that on the desktop of this particular VDI desktop, there's no application installed here. We're going to minimize here and go ahead and pull up our App Volumes Manager. We'll log in as administrator and assign an app stack to this particular CIO user. Go ahead and log in as administrator to the App Volumes Manager. App Volumes Manager is a management console that you'll use to capture your app stack, to assign the different app stacks and configure volumes, etc. Here, there's some utilization licensing information as well. We'll go over to the Volumes tab, and this is where you assign the app stack. So we do have a few app stacks already here. We're going to assign the Windows Secure Copy app stack to the CIO user. This is tied to your Active Directory, so you can assign it to users or groups. We'll go ahead and click on the CIO user and assign there. There's two options here. You can assign it right away, or you can assign it at next login or reboot. We'll go ahead and do it immediately. When we move over to our desktop, you'll see that the application app stack secure copy is deployed to the user, and we can actually run it as a normal application. Do note this is a Windows based application only. So we'll go ahead and close out of that. So you see that again, very nicely, very easily deployed. Just as easy as we can assign the app stack, we can easily unassign it. And this is particularly useful when you want to update and upgrade your application. You basically just unassign and reassign it. So we'll go ahead and unassign it immediately. And you'll see that from my desktop, if I go back to my Windows 10 desktop for my CIO user, that application is now gone from the desktop.